Lesson 31 Difficulty. Dialogue 1. Do you know how to swim? I can swim but not very well. How about you? I don't know how to swim, I've never learned. You should try. They say it's better late than never. It scares me. Well, you can just go to the pool and relax. If you want to try to swim a little, I can teach you. It will be very difficult. I will drown. We won't go in the deep end. It will be impossible to drown. But I will swallow a lot of water. All you have to do is to keep your mouth shut and you won't swallow any water. But I won't be able to breathe. Take a deep breath before you start. Okay. I'll try. Dialogue 2. I hate this. I thought you wanted to study together. I did because I need help, but this is just too hard. I'll admit this kind of math is pretty tough, but you can't give up. What choice do I have? I'm too dumb. No, you just need to relax. I probably am too stressed out. That's right. Don't sabotage your efforts by getting so worried. Fine. I'll try to relax, but that still won't make me understand this. It's better than giving up. I'm confused too. Then how can you help me if you're confused as well? Because I'm not giving up, and I won't let you give up. Okay, but if I go crazy, it's your fault. Deal. Now, take a break for a few minutes. Sounds good to me. Lesson 32 Suggestions and Complaints. Dialogue 1. You won't believe this? The company demanded that both I and the other teacher come for an interview at the same time and that we both write a study plan for their course of study. What's wrong with that? Well, if I go to an interview, I expect to be the only one being interviewed, and I'm really tired of companies getting me to come and talk to their staff and getting me to do things for them and not paying me. So what can you do about it? I guess I'm just going to have to be clear about what I'm getting into before the situation arises. It's no use complaining afterward. Dialogue 2. Hey, Tom, what are you doing? I'm trying to fix this chair. Yeah, the screws came out. They're tough to put back in. Can I make a suggestion? Sure. What's that? Go find Eric and borrow his automatic drill. It works much faster. I guess that would be faster than this little screwdriver. And one other suggestion. Okay, let me hear it. Buy a new chair. You'll get hurt if it breaks with you sitting on it. No, this is a tough chair. Except for the screws, I've no complaint with it. Okay, but don't complain to me if you hurt yourself. Lesson 33 Praising and Comforting. Dialogue 1. Hey, Anna. Wait for me. I don't want to talk right now. I guess you're upset about the writing contest. You bet I am. I work so hard on my story, but I got third place. That was still a good story you wrote. You should be proud. You think so? Of course. That story was much better than the others. The judges didn't think so. The judges were wrong. Just wait until you're famous writer. No buts. I know good writing when I see it. Thanks. I was about to quit writing altogether. Don't do that. You've got real talent. It's gonna hear your encouragement. Anytime. Do you mean that? I could use a little boost now and then. Of course, just make sure you give me credit when you get famous. It's a deal. Thanks a lot. You're a real friend. Dialogue 2. I'm so upset. There's nothing I can do. I'll never be able to go to America. You don't know that. Maybe you'll be able to go. Don't be so sad. Chin up. But I'm so tired of waiting. I can't do anything with my life while I'm just waiting. That's not true. You should make the most of your opportunities here. There are lots of things you can do and there's no reason why you can't have a good time. You're probably right. Of course, I'm right. Let's go swimming. Let's go. Lesson 34. Compare, differences, and similarities. Dialogue 1. Can I help you with something? Maybe. I'm trying to decide which brand to buy. Of paint? Yes. I don't know much about painting, though. What are you painting? My front door. Oh, I see. Well, here are our outdoor paints. Which are your best? There are a couple of good choices. These two I think are the best. What's the difference? Well, this one is a little thicker. It doesn't make a mess as easily. That sounds good. I'm not very skilled at painting. This other paint, though, has better weatherproofing. Does that mean it lasts longer? Essentially, yes, about 2 to 3 years longer. I see. Which one has a better price? It looks like the price is about the same. I think I'll get the one that doesn't make as much of a mess. The first one you showed me. Okay then. You can pay for this upfront. Let me know if you have any other questions. That should be all. Thanks a lot. Dialogue 2. How are you feeling today? A lot better, thank you, doctor. Have you been eating more lately as I told you to? Yes, doctor. I've been eating lots, but I don't want to get fat. You're not fat. In fact, you're dangerously underweight. No, doctor. I am fat and I don't want to get fatter. As I said, you are underweight. And if you become more underweight, you'll have to stay in the hospital again. Yes, doctor. Dialogue 3. Who do you like better, Michelle or me? I like you more, dear. But Michelle's got such a great figure. Don't you think Michelle's figure is better than mine? Your figure is great, dear. Nobody has a better figure than you, darling. Would you love me less if I was fatter than I am now? I still love you just as much. Then maybe you already think I'm too fat but you just won't say it. No, dear. You're not fat. There's only one way my loving you could make you fat. You're becoming cheekier and cheekier. Lesson 35. Agreement and disagreement. Dialogue 1. You still have not washed the dishes. I know, I'll get to it later. No, you'll get to it now. Why are you giving me a hard time? It's just the dishes. You promised to do them yesterday. I know, but my favorite movie is on TV. It wasn't on TV yesterday. You could have done that then. This isn't just about the dishes, is it? You're damn right this is not about the dishes. Then what is this about? This is about you never do anything to help, unless you're asked. That's not true. Yes, for the most part, it is. I think you just need to calm down for a minute. Do I need to calm down? No, you need to start doing your part around here. Fine. I'll do the dishes. Now leave me alone. This isn't over, mister. You need to improve your attitude. What? You want me to be nice, now? I thought it was just the dishes. Forget it. Just do the dishes. We'll discuss your attitude later. I can't wait for that. Dialogue 2. What do you think of this dress? Does it look good on me? Yeah, it great. You really don't think that, do you? You're just trying to make me feel happy. No, it's really great. Come on, tell me what you really think. Really, it's great. No, tell me what you really think. Well, maybe it's a little short. I knew it. You never liked my dresses. Dialogue 3. Do you like McDonald's? No, I don't like McDonald's, I like Chinese food. But McDonald's is really great and you can drink as much coffee as you like. No, their food tastes terrible. Chinese food is much better. I find Chinese food boring. I'm really sick of Chinese food. How could anyone find Chinese food boring? Lesson 36 Importance and Value, Possession. Dialogue 1. Oh, be careful with that watch. Sure, but isn't it just an old watch? Yeah, it was my grandfather's watch. Does it still work? Yes, but it needs some small repairs. Is it valuable? To me it is. It's priceless to me. No, I mean in the real-world sense. I think so. The maker's name is a famous London watch company. Oh, so maybe it's worth some money. I'm sure it is, but it's a family heirloom. I can't sell it. No, I guess not. So what will you do with it? Not much. Wear on special occasions. Give it to my son. That's nice. I'm done looking at it. Here you go. Thanks. I'll put it back in the drawer. Do you have any more old stuff like that? My mother owned some antiques, but that's all I have. I see. Well, that's a pretty valuable possession, I guess. Yeah, I'm glad I have it. Dialogue 2. What's this? It's really funny. Careful with that. Don't screw it up. Leave it alone. It's just an old photo. What are you getting so upset about? That's a picture of my girlfriend. It's the only one I have. So that's why you're so upset. It has great sentimental value to you. That's right. Dialogue 3. When will I get my money? When we make some money, then we'll give you your money. I finished work, so you should pay me now. We don't have any money, so you'll just have to wait. You don't have any money? Yes, really. We don't have any money. Then I guess I'll just take this computer then. No, don't take the computer, we need it. Oh, look. Here's some money, we can pay you after all. How much do we owe you? Lesson 37 Transportation. Dialogue 1. Hey, could you do me a favor? It depends on what it is. My car is having trouble and I need to take it to a mechanic. What do you need me to do? The car has to stay there overnight. Could you give me a ride home tomorrow? Sure. What's wrong with your car? The engine sounds bad, and it has trouble starting. How old's the car? It was my dad's car before I got it. It's almost 9 years old. When was the last time you had a tune-up? About 6 months ago. Maybe it's time to buy another car. I hope not. I can't really afford that right now. Anyway, I can pick you up tomorrow. What time? Come to my apartment at 3 and follow me to the mechanic. Can you do that? Sure. See you tomorrow. Thanks. See you tomorrow. Dialogue 2. Have you ever ridden on a camel? Yes, it was terrible. The thing kept on trying to bite me all the time and it smelt terrible. Really? I rode on one and it was great. It didn't smell that bad. What about an elephant? Have you ever ridden an elephant? No, never. What about you? Yes, I ride on elephants all the time. In fact, here comes my elephant now. Do you want a ride? No, thanks. Dialogue 3. Do you have a car back home in your country? No, I don't have a car. I thought all foreigners had cars. Many Westerners do have cars, that's true. But I don't. I like to walk and besides, I need exercise to stop me from getting too fat. You mean you'd be even fatter if you had a car? Lesson 38 Health and Illness. Dialogue 1. Where were you last week? I was at home, recovering. Recovering from what? Remember when I hurt my back playing basketball? Yeah. That was about 2 months ago. Well, it got so bad that I went to see the doctor. What did he say? He said that the disc had ruptured. Ouch. That sounds bad. Yeah, he was surprised I could walk. Anyway, I had surgery. Surgery? That sounds drastic. It was a pretty routine procedure, but I had to rest for a few days after that. And now, you're fine. No, not at all. I still have to go to physical therapy for a while. Does it hurt now? I'm on some painkillers. If I wasn't, then, yes, it would hurt. Sorry to hear that. Good luck with your recovery. Thanks. Dialogue 2. Oh, my head, my head. What wrong? Did you have an accident? No, I've got a hangover. What's a hangover? A hangover is what you have the next day after you drank too much the night before. You shouldn't drink too much. Maybe you should take some painkillers? I already have, but they're not working. I might have to take a hair of the dog that bit me the night before. What does that mean? I've never heard of that before. That means you drink what you drank last night, that is, the thing that gave you the hangover. That doesn't sound like a good idea. You might be right. Dialogue 3. What's wrong? You don't look too good. I don't know. I feel really hot, I've got a headache. Oh really? You feel hot? Maybe you've got a fever? Have you taken your temperature? Have you seen a doctor? Maybe you should go to the hospital. You might have SARS. Oh, look. There's my bus. Bye. Wait. I want to talk to you. That's not your bus. You're getting on the wrong bus. I'll get on it too and talk to you. Excuse me. Let me through. I need to get off. Ah, good. I've lost her. I'm glad you got off the bus. It was the wrong one. You would have been late for work. I've got to go. I can't stay and chat. Here comes my bus. Wait, that's not your bus. Lesson 39 Education. Dialogue 1. I'm concerned about the quality of the local schools there. Where? Do you mean the area where we're moving to? Yes, I've heard many bad things. Like what? Low test scores, high dropout rates, discipline problems. Sounds like an average American school. Be serious. Jack's school here was very good, but what about his new school? I guess I should have thought about that more. Well, let's think about it now. There's a good private school in the area, a Catholic school. Is it expensive? Not too bad. I think some other people in my company send their kids there. Well, that's a better choice at least. I'll call their number on Monday and see about registering Jack for next semester. Good, but don't make any decisions without me. Of course. Dialogue 2. How do you think you did on the IELTS exam? Probably not well enough. I want to study linguistics at Manchester University and you have to get 7.5 to be able to do that. 7.5? Hardly anybody ever gets 7.5. Yes, it's a really high score and very hard to get. So what will you do then? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll study at Guangdong University of Foreign Studies here in Guangzhou. At least that way you'll be able to eat Chinese food every day. Dialogue 3. Our Chinese friend Yu Chi Lan called me last night. Oh, how is she doing? Is she still going to college? Yes, she said she was getting all A's in school. I told her that she was very smart. Well, I think that Chinese students do well, especially in memorizing things. That's why they do so well in mathematics and science. She's very lucky that California has free tuition for residents. I don't know how she would be able to afford college on her part-time job at McDonald's. Of course, we know that she's very persistent and resourceful. She owes you big time for helping her get her visa to the United States. Now that she's in California, she hardly calls or emails me. I think everyone deserves a break, but maybe she's been a little ungrateful for her opportunity. Lesson 40 Work. Dialogue 1. Hey, what's with the long face? I'm at work. Why are you so happy? Would you prefer to be unemployed? Do you mean digging through the trash for a free meal? Yeah, something like that. There's more dignity in that than what I can do. Oh, come on. You don't mean that. Yes, I do. Ever since the company announced its goal of increased sales, I've lost all dignity. Why is that? I've been calling anyone I can think of, saying almost anything, just to get a sale. That's good. That's what our company wants. Sure, but I feel pretty drained. I'm practically begging customers. I don't know what to tell you. I'll be fine. I just need to get a cup of coffee and relax for a minute. Just let me know first if you decide to go crazy. I promise. You'll know before I do something crazy. Thanks. That's all I ask. Dialogue 2. How are you? You don't look too good. Oh, I'm just a little tired. I worked 10 hours today. Why did you work so much? Did you have to? No, I didn't really have to. I could just use the extra money, that's all. Well, yes, money is important, but your health is more important. You can't buy health, you know. Thanks for the advice. Dialogue 3. How's work going? It's great. The students are really fun and we have a great time together. So you really like teaching? Well, most of the time I like it, but sometimes it can be a real problem and nothing seems to work. What do you do then? I just keep on trying and eventually, things work out somehow. Lesson 41 Economy. Dialogue 1. Why are you in such a good mood? Lots of reasons. For one thing, work is going great. Why is that? Our sales are really booming this quarter. That makes sense. The whole economy is improving. I've noticed that people are really spending right now. I think it's because the government has lowered interest rates. Yeah, my dad just bought a new house because of low rates. Maybe you should do the same. Buy a new house? I can't afford that just yet. Sure you can. I think you can do better than that dump you call an apartment. Maybe you're right, but the good economy may cause home prices to rise. Perhaps, but not yet, not if you hurry. What, are you a real estate agent? No, but my husband is. Here's his card. He must really appreciate the extra sales work you do for him. Maybe he'll give you a great deal if you tell him you know me. I'll give him a call, thanks. Dialogue 2. Have you found any work yet? Yeah, I'm finding a bit now. SARS isn't so bad anymore and the economy is starting to pick up. There might not be a recession after all. Well, I hope there isn't. I've lost too much money already. Oh, you're rich. I bet you've still got plenty left in your Swiss bank accounts. Dialogue 3. Exports are down, GDP is down but imports are up. What are we going to do? Get into the import business. Any thoughts? Were you thinking of perishables or non-perishables? I was thinking of electronics from Japan and the United States. You know that Sony is the #1 selling brand in some countries. A good product, a good warranty. Maybe it would be okay. But we're going to have to do some market research. Who's our target market, who are our competitors, who will do the distribution, and so on. Lots of work, but I have done this many times. I'll draws up some market surveys to use to assess our potential market. Check on the wholesale prices first. If we can't make a profit after all the shipping expenses, it doesn't make sense to start the market research. Will do. Anything else? Try to get the statistics on the population age 25 to 40. I think they'll be in a potential market. And also check on the disposable income of this age group. I'm getting excited already. Lesson 42 Food. Dialogue 1. Are you going to the grocery store anytime soon? Yeah, I'm probably going tonight. Why? Could you pick up a few things? Sure. Like what? I need some cut chicken breasts. What are you cooking? Later this week I plan to cook chicken Alfredo. Sounds good. Anything else? Are we out of milk? I think so. I'll get some more. And some dog food. Sure. Let me write this down. Is that all? Let me think. Get some fruit for breakfast. What kind? It doesn't matter. You pick. Okay. I guess I'll go now. Thanks a lot. No problem. Dialogue 2. Look, the store has frozen peas, frozen beans, and frozen carrots. So what's the big deal? We usually buy frozen vegetables and keep them in the freezer until we need them. How about fresh vegetables? Sometimes in the summer, the farmers will have their produce stands alongside the road or have a farmer's market in town. Don't you think fresh produce is better? In the northern United States, we have a shorter growing season, so during the winter we have to rely on frozen vegetables. Dialogue 3. What should we eat? How about bitter melon? Have you tried it? Yeah, I've tried it, but I don't like it much. You order it if you like it though. How about sweet and sour? Do you like sweet and sour? We could have fish sweet and sour or pork sweet and sour. How about sweet and sour beef? This is China. They don't have sweet and sour beef. How about combination sweet and sour? They only have Chinese food, not Western Chinese food. Lesson 43 Plans and Intentions. Dialogue 1. Hey, Tom, what are you working on? My master plan for society. Wow, that sounds pretty crazy. It's not. I want to make a better society. And how do you plan to do that? By making everyone equal. No one has private property. Does everyone work? Yes, for the good of all, not just for individuals. What if some people work harder or better than others? They will not be allowed to control others. You mean it's just as good to be lazy as hardworking? Peasants and workers will run society. They are not lazy, like factory owners. So pushing a plow means a man can manage a factory or an economy. He can learn. Then why was he pushing a plow before that? And what about art, culture, and higher education? What do peasants know about that? A peasant can paint a picture. Yeah, but I bet you wouldn't hang it on your wall. Someday my plan will change the world. Maybe, but I wouldn't want to live in that world. Dialogue 2. I plan on returning to college in the fall for my master's degree. What's your degree going to be in? Do you intend to continue in the education field? No, I want to change my career. I would like to go into the advertising field. I know there's not so much money in that field, but I think would be very creative. What college or university are you going to? I have to go to Texas for the degree program. They're the only ones who offer this combination of master's and specialist degree programs. Is it rather expensive? No, I plan to do some interning while there. I want to get some practical experience. They have a public relations program I can get involved with. You've got it all figured out. What will you do if something happens to your plans? Then I punt. Punt. What's that? I try something else. Dialogue 3. When I grow up, I'll be swept off my feet by Prince Charles and he'll take me to his palace and we'll play the most fantastic computer games all day, and watch TV all night, and I'll never have to do any homework. Keep on dreaming, princess, because tomorrow you're going to get up early and go to school, and when you come home you'll do all your homework again. You always try to ruin all my plans. Lesson 44: Talents and Abilities. Dialogue 1. Do you like jazz music? Yeah, in fact, I used to play a little. Really? I didn't know you could play an instrument. In college, I played the trumpet. Wow, that's a real talent. And now? Now, my ability is a lot less than it used to be. I see. I wish I had learned to play an instrument. Do you have any other talents? I can roll my tongue. That's not a talent. Seriously, I can draw okay. Really? Do you have anything I can see? I might have a few old drawings at home. You should try that again. Drawing? No, it's not very useful and I don't have much time. Same story with my music, but I do miss it. I hear what you're saying. I really do. Dialogue 2. That's a great painting. Really? Do you like it? Yeah, it's great. I haven't finished yet. Oh, please, don't change it. It's perfect already. If you change it, you might ruin it. Just leave it as it is. You really like it that much? It's great. You really got talent. You're a great artist. Now I know you're pulling my leg. Pulling your leg? What does that mean? It means you're kidding, you're joking. I'm not kidding and I'm not joking. Dialogue 3. Do you have any great talents? I wouldn't say I have any great talents, but I used to write a lot when I was young and people were often amazed by my performance poetry. Why don't you still do it now? It used to be an obsession that took over my life. Now I'd just rather live a normal life. Do you think if you had kept going, you might have won fame and recognition? Possibly. My friend Barry and I used to dream of taking the literary world by storm. He kept on going and eventually he made it big time. I don't think he was any more talented than me. Why did you give up while he succeeded? I like to eat every day. Lesson 46 Feelings and Emotions. Dialogue 1. What's wrong? What? I didn't say anything was wrong. You look upset. Really? I just have a lot on my mind. Are things okay? Yeah, I mean there are no big problems. Just lots of little ones. For example? Well, I'm a little nervous about work. I just applied for a transfer to another office. That can make anyone nervous. When will you find out the result? Sometime next week. And I'm tired all the time. You look tired. That's because work is really demanding right now, and I have to study at night for class. Wow. You probably are feeling pretty stressed out. Yeah, I guess I am a little. I'll probably take a vacation soon. That's good. You sound like you deserve one. Dialogue 2. I sure feel bad that I couldn't make it to Wade's wedding. He understands that you can't come home from China now, but I really don't like the girl Wade going to marry. I know, but Wade is happy and we should try our best to get along with Cheryl. After all, she will be your new sister-in-law. I'm not going to talk to her. She's too rude and bossy. Evidently Wade is satisfied and we should support him in his marriage. I'll try for your sake. When can you come home? Around July 11th. I'm rather lonely for home and I miss everyone there. It won't be long now, Mom. Just hang in there. Lesson 47 Clothing. Dialogue 1. Can I help you? Yes, I need some help to find a jacket. What are you looking for? Well, I'd like this black wool coat. This one here? Yes, but I preferred that color be navy blue. Let me look in the back. What about this one? Try it on. It's a little small in the shoulders. Let me get one more. Try this one. Okay. This fits fine, except for the arms. It's a little long in the arms. Yes, I see. Well, we can tailor that for you. You can tailor a jacket here? Well, not me, but I can take your measurements. Our tailor comes into work later today. What time? At 2 o'clock. I'll just come back at that time to be sure he gets the right measurements. No problem. Anything else I can help you with? Not right now. Maybe when I come back. All right then. Thank you for coming in. Have a good day. You too. Bye now. Dialogue 2. I'd like to have a traditional Chinese dress made. Do you mean a qipao? That's right. I like a black color with red or gold dragons on it. Beautiful. A very traditional design. How much would it cost? It depends upon the kind of fabric. Silk would cost more, but it has a nicer look to it. Polyester is cheaper, of course. How many meters would it take? That also depends upon the dress length, the length of the sleeves, and the neckline. I'd like to have a style with 3/4 sleeves, and long with slits up the sides. It would probably take about 2 meters, and then you also have to buy a living for it. How about those fancy little fasteners that are used on the dresses? We call those buttons in China. In America, we call them frogs. Dialogue 3. I would really like to buy you that plaid skirt. I think the design would make me look too fat. Good gracious, no. You're thin as a rail now. If you were skinnier, you'd blow away in the wind. I actually think a dark color would be better. I have more things I could wear them with. But all your clothes are so dark. I think you should lighten up. Okay, maybe you're right. I could go with a lighter color, but definitely not that plaid. It looks too juvenile. It's the new look for autumns. Don't you read any of the fashion magazines? What are you doing reading fashion magazines? I like to see how they coordinate the colors for the new season. Are you sure that's all you do? Maybe you like to look at the fashion models? 48 Household Objects and Tools. Lesson 48 Household Objects and Tools. Dialogue 1. Hey Tom, what are you looking for? I can't find the remote. To the TV? No, to the DVD player. Is it necessary? It's convenient. If I have to pause the movie or go to another scene. Is it stuck on the couch? No, I looked there. What was the last time you saw it? This morning, when I was watching the news. I wonder where it could be. Oh, here it is. Under this stack of newspapers. I wonder how it got there. Oh well, no telling. Anyway, thanks for finding it. What would you do without me? Dialogue 2. I'm glad my roommate has found her own apartment. Why is that? Well, she was always using my things without asking. It was very convenient for her to use my ruler, paper, stapler, tape, and other things. Did you tell her? No, not really. I think it's difficult sometimes to mention these things to friends or roommates. Probably you should have mentioned the ground rules first. Then you wouldn't have been so aggravated when she used your things. Yes, next time I will tell my roommate not to use my things without permission. Or better yet, I won't have a roommate. That would save a lot of hassle. Like they say, live and learn. You bet. Lesson 49 Politics. Dialogue 1. Who will you vote for? That's a secret. I don't have to tell you. Really? Well, I can tell you that I voted for Hollins. Hollins? But he's such an idiot. I guess you voted for Roberts. You bet I did. He's got some plans for real change. And how do you think he's going to pay for those plans? There's a budget surplus. The government has extra money. Not enough for all his plans. He's going to raise taxes. I can pay a little extra if it improves our lives overall. We'll be paying more than a little. So what? Hollins promised not to raise taxes. But that doesn't make him a good president. It makes him an inexpensive president. He would let me spend my money the way I want to. On other people? Of course not. I earned it, they didn't. Some people aren't as lucky as you. So you'll take care of them. I guess so if people like you won't do it. Do you think you have all the answers? At least I'm thinking about the questions. Dialogue 2. I bet you're glad your city council days are over. You can say that again. What a headache that was sometimes. Why do you say that? Like Abraham Lincoln said, you can please some of the people all the time, all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. I think you've got that quote wrong. I think it was fool the people instead of please the people. Well, if he didn't say it, he should have. There was no way you could satisfy all the people all the time. That's quite normal. No matter what you say or do, someone will always object to something. I don't know why people enjoy political life so much. It sure must be stressful. Believe me, it is. And I was just on the city council. Imagine being in a state or federal government. Well, I sure admire you for your civil-mindedness. If only there were more people like you, then it would be worthwhile. Lesson 50 Media. Dialogue 1. What are you reading? Oh, there's this article in the paper. I'm not sure if I agree with the writer. Why is that? I think his opinions about politics are a little biased. Everyone's biased. A newspaper shouldn't be, except for an editorial story. Be realistic. Some newspapers are liberal, some are conservative. Yes, well, this writer seems to be biased against the president. And you disagree? Well, I would, but his facts are kind of convincing. Well, just think about what he says. Keep it in mind. That's what I'm trying to do. It's good to read things that you don't agree with. It keeps your mind sharp. Good point. This story makes me realize I don't question my opinions enough. See? That's true for everyone, and it's great when you realize it. Well, just wait until I read another story, one that supports the president. Dialogue 2. I don't think this station does such a good job of reporting the news. I disagree. Being a news director must be a very stressful job. What's so difficult about it? They have to decide which news is the most important, in other words, what to lead with. That's what gets the viewers tuned in. That shouldn't be so hard. It's what's going on in the words. Not necessarily. Maybe they want to lead with a less important story that hasn't been reported yet. And then they have to decide if they're going to do a live interview, a still shot, or video footage. There's so much news that it shouldn't be a problem. But everything has to be timed down to the second. The newscasters have to practice their pronunciation of names of international cities and leaders. Plus, they can't be a second short or a second too long. How do you know all this? My undergraduate degree is in journalism and I took some broadcasting courses. I also did some public service announcements or radio show. You're really talented. Not at all. Oh, did I mention that I did the community news for a radio station also? Dialogue 3. What newspaper do you like to read the most? For hard news, I like the Star Tribune. But for local happenings, I like the Post Review. How about the Cambridge Star? Their news really doesn't cover my area. I don't know any people or news items. I like the editorials in the Star Tribune, especially by the guest editor realists. I've thought of submitting one to them myself. What on? My feeling about the zoning laws and regulations. I don't think the city is doing enough to control urban sprawl. I agree. That would be a good topic. I think everyone would agree with you on that matter. Not so fast. Have you forgotten about the real estate developers? They would be as mad as Warming if I took some shots at them. But it's really up to the city council to adopt zoning and coasts. Good, I'll do it then.
Don't forget to give us a like.